Certainly an unaccustomed spot for the Dallas Cowboys, drafting in the top 10. They haven't done that very much in recent years, dating back to the year 2007. Some questionable picks, some picks that have worked out. You look all the way back a few years, Terrence Newman was the guy from Kansas State. Now they need defensive backfield help. 07, Anthony Spencer, the man from Purdue, was the pick. Felix Jones, the running back, at number 22. And you look at all these spots, 26, 22, 69, 24, drafting very late. 9th, a very weird spot for the Cowboys. We throw it now to Greg and Kurt once again. After the devastating season last year, guys, does Dallas have the pieces to finally get back to the Super Bowl?
So I'm with the fan, Tracy of Dallas Cowboys. How do you feel? I mean, the last season, how do you feel about that?
I think that Tony Romo had a bad season, probably because of Jessica Simpson, but I think that we're going to have a good season this year. Yeah.
Well, see, there you go. They're not drafting Jessica Simpson. If anything, they're releasing her. But, guys, maybe that's the problem. There was more on the outside of the Dallas Cowboys than there was on the field. So hopefully this pick will be able to bring more focus to the field.
Certainly a welcome surprise there. I'd much rather hear about Jessica Simpson than whatever Greg and Kurt have to say. Guys, let's talk about the team needs for the Dallas Cowboys. Suffered so many defeats last year. What is their biggest area of need on defense and on offense?
Well, first off is to get healthy. Getting Tony Romo back will be a big lift to this team, but I think you got to focus on the defensive side of the ball. There's possibly in the secondary, you could use another corner there, maybe even a pass rusher off the edge. They always say, what's the only way to improve your secondary other than drafting a corner is by drafting someone who can get pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, I agree, Joey. I think they're definitely getting old in the secondary. Terrence Newman is certainly not getting any younger. Mike Jenkins is a great project on the other side, however. But yeah, another guy in front of DeMarcus Ware on the line would be great. But I think on offense, you have to find one more guy to protect the quarterback. We saw what happened to Tony Romo last year. That was a crushing injury. Maybe a right tackle for Dallas would be a good spot for them at number 9. Still, no tackles have gone off the board, and we're at the 9th pick. Could be the first one.
Okay, guys, we turn now to Josh Norris's top 5 available. You saw him earlier. He's our expert in the field. Number 1, Nick Fairley, the defensive tackle from Auburn, still sitting on the board. 2 is Prince Amukamara, been talked about as possibly the selection here for the Cowboys, who need that help in the defensive backfield. 3, Tyron Smith, the tackle from USC. 4, J.J. Watt. Billy talked about him earlier in the show. Certainly would be a great fit as a 3-4 defensive end in this scheme. And number 5, Corey Legent, another defensive tackle from Illinois, could also be an option for the Cowboys. Guys, of those 5 that you see there from Josh Norris, which guy jumps out to you as the pick that maybe the Cowboys are looking for?
I think in this spot right here, it's going to be Prince Amukamara. I think they really got to boost that defensive secondary. You mentioned guys like Terrence Newman starting to get up there in age. And when you play in the NFC East, where you have the Philadelphia Eagles with their weapons, they do Jeremy Maclin, Deshaun Jackson. You look over to the Giants, Hakeem Nicks, Steve Smith, Mario Manningham. They've got to find a way to stop the deep pass.
Tom, I have to cut you off right there. Sorry, the pick is in. No more wondering about whether it's Prince Amukamara or someone else. We will find out right now.
With the 9th pick of the 2011 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Tyron Smith, offensive tackle, USC.
Number 9 for the Cowboys, still only 20 years old. So much upside for Smith, Tom.
And that's the key word when you look at a guy like Tyron Smith. It is upside. In college, playing that right tackle position, really he's got his athletic frame, long arms, huge frame, great in pass blocking along with blocking in the run. I think in Dallas you're going to see him possibly make the switch over to the left side, protecting the blind side of those important quarterback position. This guy, it's all potential, all frame, room to grow in the field.
Yeah, Joey, just like on the defensive secondary side, the offensive line in Dallas is not getting any younger. It's a pretty old group. Yeah. And as you said, Tyron Smith, a lot of potential. He's a guy who can sit behind for a year, at least half a year, learn the position, especially since he's probably going to switch to left tackle in the NFL. But definitely the best tackle in this draft. Went in the top 10. It's been a long time since there has been an offensive tackle in the top 10. So it's good to see Dallas, keep that ball rolling, so to speak. So I think it was a good pick for them. I think he's going to be a great fit. Great job by Dallas.
Fans often ask, when you say potential, where does that come from? Well, it comes from scouts scouting this film, looking at the film, breaking it down to see what guy can bring what to the table for the team, what assets do they have that makes them special at the NFL level.
Obviously, the most important piece of an NFL franchise is at the quarterback position. However, to protect that investment, a solid left tackle is a great insurance policy. let's take a look at Tyron Smith, who I believe is the best offensive tackle prospect in this year's draft class. Here on first down, Smith is left uncovered, with the defensive line shifted to the left. Smith shows his intelligence by recognizing the middle linebacker slowly making his way towards the line of scrimmage, a clear sign of a blitz. Smith reacts quickly, stopping the linebacker's momentum. After the rusher's counter move, we can see Smith is momentarily off balance, but his athleticism allows him to quickly anchor his feet and recover. Smith does a great job at setting the width of the pocket, a key responsibility of an offensive tackle. Now later in the game, on second down, we can see Smith's run blocking. This is a simple reach play to the right, with every lineman blocking down, again leaving Smith uncovered. He makes an intelligent play by chipping the defensive end to help the guard to his left. Smith quickly gets to the second level and bookends the running back's hold by locking out his arms while constantly driving his feet. Smith can improve by staying on his feet more consistently and by keeping his arms closer to his body, both of which are coachable skills. Although he played right tackle in college, Smith easily projects as a left tackle in the NFL and could cornerstone any offensive line for years to come.
Only one major surprise so far in the 2011 NFL Draft. What other surprises are in store? Come on back and find out.
Learning, dreaming. You've seen those who have walked before you, their pride, their jubilation. This is your moment. This is the NFL Draft. Watching, learning, dreaming. You've seen those who have walked before you, their pride, their jubilation. This is your moment. This is the NFL Draft.
Mrs. Abruzzo, I'm here with the Neighborhood Watch.
Yes!
Yeah. Oh, no. I'm signing up people for the Neighborhood Watch.
You made our dreams come true. Do you have your cameras here? Where are you going, Mr. McNair?
I'm going to check with the lady next door. Yeah,
are you going to
Help play a part in the safety of your community. To find out how you can start or join a Neighborhood Watch, log on to usaonwatch.org.
Someone dies from melanoma every hour in the U.S. That's why you should cover up and wear a high SPF sunscreen whenever you work or play outdoors. You need it more than you think.
In case of an emergency, if I'm at work, I would call my wife right away. Well, unless, of course, there's no cell service, and, then I'd...
If our cell phones didn't work and the land phone didn't work, the landlines weren't down, and that's a good question. What do you do?
Years ago, Lewis and Clark set out to discover an all-water route to the Pacific. But what they really discovered were 58 hospitable nations who could have ended their journey at any time, but saved it instead.